The snow was falling. Knox never cared for the snow, but even he had to admit that it made downtown even more beautiful. Tiny flakes of ice crystals, each one different from the last, made the city look like those classic paintings Knox's mom pulled out every winter. He felt the crunch under his boots and pulled his coat tighter around his chest. The Pocket Park was only a block away. Knox never knew why it was called the Pocket Park. There was a lot between two buildings where they planted a few trees and paved a path. Not really much of a park. For some reason, Cypress wanted to meet there. Knox stepped off the sidewalk and onto the pathway in the park, where he saw Cypress waiting. She was wearing her furry boots, the red jacket that Knox got her last Christmas, and her white slouchy hat. Her red hair draped down over her eyes, and her pouty lips smiled when she saw Knox. Her very presence illuminated the bleak atmosphere and reminded the winter that the sun still shines. "Knox," she said, her arms outstretched for a hug. "Hey, cutie." Knox responded monotonely, as usual. They embraced each other in the falling snow. "I have something to tell you," Cypress said, her smile fading a bit. Knox stiffened. "Oh, yeah?" "Yeah," she said, "but I wanted to make sure you were in the right headspace. Ever since you lost your mom, you have been, I don't know, hard to read." Knox blinked. He hadn't thought about it. Since his mom died, he hadn't thought about much of anything. He felt a chill breeze on his back and looked at Cypress with some hesitance. "I just haven't been myself," he said. "That's true," said Cypress, "but I need to know you can still feel something before I give you." Cypress bit her lip. She had let too much slip too soon. "Give me what, Cy?" Knox asked. Cypress reached into her purse and produced a pink stick. She handed it to Knox, who turned it over in its hand. It had a blue stork with a bag in its beak. Knox gasped and smiled. He looked Cypress in the eyes and saw that she was expressionless. Looking again at the test, Knox noticed that it was negative. His stomach dropped, and tears formed in his eyes. Real tears, like he hadn't cried in over a year. He relived the past 5 years in his mind. Cypress in her wedding dress, the new car, Cypress's new job, his mother's death, and now 5 years of trying and another failed test. "Knox, don't stop with half the story," Cypress said, handing him another pregnancy test. Knox cocked his head and wiped his tears away. He took the new test. It was positive. "What?" Knox asked. "I don't understand." "Nothing is worse than a numb daddy," Cypress said, her smile illuminating that pocket park. "I needed to know. You could still feel something. Congratulations. You got your feelings back, and we're going to be parents." Knox threw his arms around Cypress, the snow falling, dancing, celebrating with them in the park. "I'm going to be a daddy," Knox said. "We're having a baby." "Not exactly," Cypress said with a grin on her face. She raised 2 fingers. It was one of those rare moments where time stood still, but went by too fast.